We live in a world of unprecedented chemical intervention. From the food we eat to the clothes we wear, pesticides have become ubiquitous. These potent chemicals, designed to eliminate pests, have permeated every aspect of our lives, often without our knowledge. While seemingly harmless in small doses, their cumulative effect on human health and the environment is alarming. Pesticides are a silent threat, lurking in the shadows and slowly poisoning our planet. Their presence is pervasive, found in our homes, schools, workplaces, and even the air we breathe. The dangers they pose are not immediately apparent, but their insidious effects are slowly unraveling the delicate fabric of life. We are engaged in a large-scale experiment, the outcome of which is uncertain. The long-term consequences of this widespread pesticide use are still unfolding, but the early warning signs are clear. It is time to acknowledge the hidden costs of our chemical dependence and seek safer, more sustainable alternatives. Our future generations depend on the choices we make today. Let us choose wisely and act decisively to protect our planet from this silent threat. Pesticides are a broad category of chemical substances specifically engineered to control pests. These pests can range from insects and weeds to fungi and rodents. The goal of pesticides is to protect crops, livestock, and human health by eliminating these unwanted organisms. Insecticides, as the name suggests, target insects that can damage crops or spread diseases. Herbicides are designed to kill unwanted plants or weeds that compete with crops for resources. Fungicides are employed to control fungal growth that can damage crops and lead to food spoilage. While seemingly beneficial in the short term, the use of pesticides comes with a hefty price. These chemicals do not discriminate between target pests and other organisms. They can harm beneficial insects like bees, which are crucial for pollination. They can contaminate water sources, harming aquatic life and potentially ending up in our drinking water. The widespread use of pesticides has far-reaching consequences, extending beyond the immediate target areas. Understanding the nature and purpose of these chemicals is the first step towards comprehending the true extent of their impact on our planet and ourselves. Pesticide exposure poses significant risks to human health, with potentially devastating long-term consequences. These chemicals can enter our bodies through various pathways, including ingestion of contaminated food and water, inhalation of pesticide-laden air, and direct skin contact. Prolonged exposure to pesticides has been linked to a range of health problems, from acute symptoms like headaches, nausea and dizziness, to more chronic conditions like respiratory problems, skin disorders, and even cancer. Children are particularly vulnerable due to their developing organs and immune systems. Studies have shown a correlation between pesticide exposure and an increased risk of certain types of cancer, including leukemia, lymphoma, and brain cancer. Furthermore, pesticides can disrupt the endocrine system, which regulates hormones, potentially leading to developmental and reproductive issues. Neurological disorders such as Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's disease have also been linked to pesticide exposure. These chemicals can damage the nervous system, leading to tremors, memory loss, and cognitive decline. The impact of pesticides extends far beyond human health, wreaking havoc on biodiversity and disrupting delicate ecosystems. These chemicals are indiscriminate in their targets, harming a wide range of organisms, including beneficial insects, birds, fish, and other wildlife. Pollinators such as bees, butterflies, and moths are essential for the reproduction of many plants, including a large portion of our food crops. Pesticides, particularly insecticides, can kill pollinators directly or disrupt their foraging and nesting behaviors, leading to population declines. Birds are also vulnerable to pesticide poisoning, either through direct consumption of contaminated insects or indirectly through biomagnification, where the concentration of pesticides increases as it moves up the food chain. This can lead to thinning eggshells, reproductive failure, and even death in bird populations. Aquatic ecosystems are particularly susceptible to pesticide contamination. Runoff from agricultural fields can carry pesticides into rivers, lakes, and oceans, poisoning fish, amphibians, and other aquatic organisms. This can disrupt entire food webs and threaten the delicate balance of aquatic ecosystems. Section 5. Contaminated resources, the poisoning of soil, water, and air. Pesticides contaminate soil, water, and air, affecting essential resources. These chemicals persist and spread far beyond their targets. Soil suffers greatly, losing fertility and beneficial microorganisms. This threatens long-term food production. Water sources are contaminated by runoff, harming ecosystems. Air pollution from pesticides leads to human exposure. Spray drift and wind carry pesticides far from their source. Section 6. Protecting ourselves. Minimizing exposure in a toxic world. In a world saturated with pesticides, it is essential to take proactive steps to minimize our exposure and protect ourselves and our families from their harmful effects. While we cannot completely eliminate our exposure, we can significantly reduce it through conscious choices and informed actions. Choosing organic food whenever possible is a crucial step. Organic farming prohibits the use of synthetic pesticides, relying instead on natural methods of pest control. This reduces our exposure to pesticide residues in food and supports a more sustainable and healthy food system. Washing fruits and vegetables thoroughly before consumption, even those labeled as organic, can help remove surface pesticide residues. Peeling fruits and vegetables can further reduce exposure, but it also removes some of the nutrients found in the skin. Supporting stricter pesticide regulations is essential for protecting public health and the environment. Urge elected officials to adopt policies that limit pesticide use, promote safer alternatives, and protect vulnerable populations from exposure. Section 7. A call to action towards a future free from pesticides. The time has come to take decisive action against pesticide contamination. Our planet's health depends on creating a world free from toxic chemicals. Demand transparency from food producers and support organic farming. Integrated pest management and ecological approaches are crucial. Education and awareness are paramount. Inform ourselves and others about the dangers of pesticides. Support sustainable agriculture and consumer choice. Empower ourselves with knowledge to protect our health and planet. Demand a future where food is nourishment, not poison, where children play without fear of contamination and the web of life thrives without the threat of pesticides. Section 8. Embracing alternatives, organic farming and sustainable practices. The future of agriculture lies in embracing alternatives to conventional, pesticide-intensive farming methods. Organic farming, with its emphasis on natural pest control, soil health, and biodiversity conservation, offers a viable and sustainable path forward. Organic farmers employ a variety of techniques to manage pests without resorting to synthetic pesticides. These include crop rotation, companion planting, the use of beneficial insects, and the application of natural fertilizers and pest control substances. Integrated pest management, or IPM, is another approach that seeks to minimize pesticide use by combining biological, cultural, and chemical control methods. IPM focuses on preventing pest outbreaks rather than simply reacting to them, using pesticides only as a last resort. Supporting local farmers and farmers' markets is a tangible way to promote sustainable agriculture. Buying directly from farmers allows us to learn about their farming practices, build relationships with food producers, and ensure that our food dollars support environmentally responsible agriculture. Section 9. Hope for a healthier tomorrow, our collective responsibility. The challenges posed by pesticide contamination may seem daunting, but we must not succumb to despair. The power to create a healthier and more sustainable future lies within each of us. By embracing our collective responsibility, we can turn the tide against this silent threat. Every purchase we make, every meal we prepare, every action we take is an opportunity to vote for a world free from pesticides. By choosing organic products, supporting sustainable agriculture, and advocating for stricter regulations, we can send a powerful message to policymakers and corporations. We must remember that we are not alone in this endeavor. Countless individuals, organizations, and communities around the world are working tirelessly to raise awareness, promote alternatives, and protect our planet from the harmful effects of pesticides. Let us draw inspiration from their efforts and join hands in solidarity. Together, we can amplify our voices, demand change, and create a future where the symphony of life can flourish, unburdened by the silent threat of pesticides.